get going. And so you'll just kind of walk your hands out into a plank. And then actually when we get down here, we'll do a little twist. So like reach one arm up to the ceiling and then the other one up. And then you'll walk those hands back to your feet again. You can hang out here if you want a little stretch. Ooh, that's nice. Standing up all the way if you like, maybe a stretch up here. And then we'll walk back out into that inchworm and get that twist at the bottom. And just doing these at your own pace. Now, wherever it feels good to hang out and stretch, taking your time, or moving where it feels good to move around a little bit. All right, and then the next time you come back up to standing, you're gonna stay here and we're gonna take a wide stance. Pull your toes out, slightly bending your knees. And then you're gonna bring your hands to the ground and we're just gonna like walk them over to the right side. And so you kind of get this like foldy stretch, this little twist. And then you'll just walk your hands over to the left side. And kind of like soft bend in your knees, but if you wanna bend them more, whatever feels good. And we'll just kind of walk back and forth side to side. Kind of opening up a little bit of your hips, a little bit of your hamstrings maybe. Do a little twist through your side. So that's kind of nice. Okay, but keeping that base nice and wide. When you come back to this next side, you're gonna bend your knee so you'll kind of sit down, keeping that knee bent, and then one knee straight, hips back. So you're kind of into that Cossack squat. And then you'll stand up and then we'll switch to the other side. You can bring your hands down if you want, if that helps, or you can keep them up. But you're just trying to bend and sit back with your hips on one side, keeping the other leg straight, and then switching over. And if you want to hang out on one side to get a little stretch through that inside of your straight leg, you can. And again, if you want to put your hands down, if that kind of helps you, that's totally fine. I'm just kind of stretching out a little bit here as we're getting warm. So just kind of going with what feels good. Maybe slightly uncomfortable as you're stretching. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're gonna go back to our inchworms. This time we're just gonna do inchworms for 30 seconds with no twist. So just kind of out and back. Now try to maybe move a little bit faster than last time, but also only as fast as you're ready. You know, always, never feel like you have to move faster than you're ready to. All right, 3, 2, 1. We'll come back up to standing and we'll take that wide stance. And now keeping your hands up off the ground, we're gonna bend your knees and set your hips back to one side and then switch to the other side. Just doing those Cossack squats, alternating again, now maybe cycling through a little bit faster. Trying to keep that chest up, midline nice and tight. All right, 3, 2, 1, we'll go back to inchworms and we'll do this one more time through just 30 seconds inchworms, 30 seconds Cossack squats. All right, 3, 2, 1, we'll go back to those Cossacks, keeping that chest up and really sitting your butt back as you bend that knee. 1. Okay, we're just gonna transition here. So if you want to grab a sip of water or something, shaking it out as you go, that's great. And next we're gonna transition into the floor. So we're just gonna be laying on the ground for a little bit. And we're gonna do some of our favorite glute bridge variations. And so we're just gonna start in a little glute bridge hold so you can kind of squeeze your glutes, getting those hips up. And we're just gonna hang out here for 30 seconds. Just making sure your heels are on the ground, keeping those glutes nice and tight, shoulder blades flat on the ground. All right, and then we'll go ahead and lower your back down to the ground, one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow and steady. All right, then we're gonna do a big sit up and you're gonna twist to one side. So you kind of sit up and tap to one side, and then we'll sit up and tap to the other side, and just kind of taking your time as you go down, lowering one vertebrae at a time on the way down. Nice and controlled. You can sit up as fast as you want, but try to control that descent nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time on the way down. All right, we're gonna switch back to that glute bridge hold, but this time we're gonna hold with one leg. So go ahead and pick which one you want to start with. I'm going to start with my left. So left foot on the ground and then squeeze that glute, pushing with that hamstring a little bit too. Keeping your shoulder blades flat on the ground and lift. We're going to hold here for 20 more seconds with one leg covered, one leg planted, hips up high. Try not to lean to one side. 10 more seconds. Three, two, 1, down with control. Okay, then switch legs and back up. Now holding with the other leg. Keep breathing. Really squeezing that glute. Three, two, 1, down with control. Okay, then we're gonna go back to those kind of sit up with a twist. Ugh. And again, nice and controlled on the way down. Slow that descent one vertebrae at a time. Then you can go ahead and come up as fast as you want. Digging your heels in the ground as you sit up. We'll do these for 30 more seconds. Then we'll do one more time through with the one leg hold. All right, we're gonna go back to our glute bridge in 3, 2, 1. Just pick that one leg you're gonna start with, plant it on the ground, and then drive those hips up. Keeping both shoulders on the ground. Really pushing that foot into the ground. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Nice and controlled on the way down, and then switch legs. Keep breathing. Try to keep those shoulder blades flat on the ground, hips up high and flat. Try not to be leaning to one side. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Down with control. And then that sit up plus twist. Yeah. Nice. We'll do a few more of these and then we'll play around with our weights a little bit. more seconds for these. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. All are great. Another little transition. Nice. Okay, hopefully you're feeling like your midline and your glutes are nice and warm. So you can grab some water. And we're going to be playing around with our weights and our step a little bit for the next part. So if you want to have your step ready to go, you can have it ready. And you can have your weights ready too. Maybe a one-hand weight or 2 one-hand weights or a weight to hold at your chest. You know, either way is kind of fine today with whatever weight you have. And we're just going to start with some jumps, and so we're going to use no weight to start, but then actually for the next rounds as we go, if you want to add weight to your jumps, you can. And we're going to do 6 reps. And you're just going to try to kind of squat down this time, so it'll be like a squat. And so if you're holding weights again in the future, the weights will be at your side or at your chest or wherever it makes sense to hold your weight. Maybe if you have one weight rather than at your chest, it might make sense to kind of hold it between your legs. So you kind of think and anticipate like where your arms might be for the next reps, but you're going to squat down and then you're going to try to jump up as high as you can. And then catch yourself, brace for your landing, and we'll do 6 jumps. And so for this first round, just jumping as high as you can, bracing for your landing, and maybe thinking about how you want to add weight for the next rounds. But for this first round 3, just no weight. And we'll do 6 jumps, and again, trying to get height. And if you can't jump because of the space that you're in, you can do like kettlebell swings instead, and still just working on this like extension, like trying to stand up tall and swing that weight out hard. I kind of like the kettlebell swings as a sub if you don't have the space to jump. But yeah, otherwise I do 6 of those. Yeah. Okay, then same thing for this next movement. We'll add weight as we go. But for this first one, you'll start standing up on your box, and you're just going to try to kind of use a similar motion as you were using with your Cossack squat. That you're going to be like on one leg, bending that knee and sending your hips back. But you'll just be on the box. And so staying in control on that leg that's on the box, this other leg is going to hang down. You're just going to keep your hips back, bending your knee, and sit down nice and slow. And you can just sit down until your foot touches the ground. Or if you want to go even lower, then you can kind of kick that foot forward or back, whatever makes sense to you, to get yourself a little bit lower if you want. And just lower yourself down with control, and then use that other leg to get you back up to the top. And we'll do 6 per side. Per side, and the movement is just the lower down. You start at the top. And again, just lowering down to where you feel like you have control, and then planting that foot and coming back up. this part, is going to be another jump. This time, you will use your item even on the first round, but we're not going to hold it. We're going to jump over it. So you're going to try to jump laterally over your item, and so you can kind of set it wherever you want. And you're going to plant on one foot, so you're just going to have one foot planted, and then you're going to try to jump and land on the other foot over your item, nice and balanced and in control. And again, you can kind of put it wherever you want, or step wherever you want to challenge yourself. And again, switch feet so that I'm jumping off my right foot, landing on my left, and trying to be balanced and in control when I land. And we'll do 6 per side. So 12 total jumps. Oh yeah, off the outside foot. So my crossing over and landing on the other side. And try to stick that landing. And you reset so that you get good reps on those. And then, once we're done with that, we'll just go back to the jumps. And again, this time if you want to weight them, you can. So I'm going to hold one weight on each side. And just get a little squat. You don't have to squat all the way down. But it's just like a little squat, and then jumping up as high as you can. And then catching yourself. And we'll do like bracing yourself softly, catching with control. 6 jumps. And then same thing for your one leg lower downs. You can add weight now if you want. Also totally cool to keep doing them with no weight. And you may find like holding it to your chest feels good, or like kind of holding it out in front with 2 hands, or one weight in each hand in the suitcase position might work for you. You can kind of decide. And then it's 6 per leg on the jump overs too. And you can kind of just keep moving at your own pace. So if you're ahead of me, that's totally great. Love to see it. Okay, 6 per side on that, and on your jumps. breaks as you want, moving at your own pace. Uh-oh. Okay, we should have time for like maybe 2 more rounds. We're gonna do this for like 8 more minutes. So taking your time working and resting through this stuff. Also, you may not have noticed, but my connection was gone for a second. But everyone's just working through this, doing great. And I'm back now. About 3 more minutes for this part. Okay, we have about 1 more minute. And so if you want to keep working or resting, either is good. As you're finishing up, I will start explaining what we're going to do next. So we're going to kind of transition into some more stuff on the ground. Kind of alternating back and forth to the floor today. Next, we're going to have a 2-minute round. And again, if you're still finishing up, that's great. Keep working while I'm talking, I love it. And also, I realize that kind of sounded like sarcasm, but I wasn't being sarcastic. Like, seriously, make use of the time however you want, so I know you're listening. We're going to do 30 seconds per side in a side plank. And again, the round is 2 minutes long, so you'll have 1 minute remaining to do 6 per side of a floor press. And so you'll be lying on your back, and you'll put that dumbbell in one hand, or whatever your weight is, and you'll press it up. And if it's a weight you can't hold with one hand, then you'll just do 12 total reps with both hands on it. And so again, the round is going to start. We're going to have 2 minutes. You're going to do a side plank on your right for 30 seconds, and then a side plank on your left for 30 seconds. And then 12 total reps, 6 per side of your floor press. And then any time that you have remaining will be spent doing push-ups. And so you can decide how you want to do your push-ups. And maybe you want to decide based on how much time you have left. Maybe you only have 10 seconds left that you want to work, so you just want to do like a plank push-up all the way down, all the way up. And you're like, sweet, if I get 2 of those every round, I'm going to be psyched. Or maybe you have a lot of time left and you want to do a lot of reps. Then maybe you want to grab your box and on your knees even do your push-ups like to your box. So you can do like lots and lots of reps with that time remaining. Or maybe you want to do some sort of like combination of the two. You want to do push-ups on your knees, or maybe you want to lower down on your knees or lower down in the plank and then push up on your knees. So any variation of the push-ups that you want for this next part. And we're going to do 3 rounds. And we're going to have 1 minute to rest after all your push-ups. So we're not going to have to go straight from your push-ups into the side plank.
Are you talking because you're muted?
What the heck? Oh my god, this is hilarious. Because probably 20 minutes ago now, my connection gave out. And so I came back and I was like, oh, haha, you probably didn't even notice I left. Great, keep working. We have 8 more minutes. And then I kept what? And then I was also, this will be super funny to watch because I'm recording also. But I'm oh yeah, just keep finishing up if you want. Yeah, I was okay, rest now. Time's up. And then I was and then I'm just yeah, and then I was oh yeah, I love it if you just keep working while I'm talking. And then I'm oh yeah, that sounds sarcastic, but I totally know you're listening to me. And the whole time I was muted. Okay, Zoom. This is Zoom comedy. Okay, stop with that part. We're gonna move on.
Oh man.
That's awesome. Oh my god, no, it's so hilarious. Okay, yes, I swear to God, I've been talking for minutes. So we're gonna transition to the floor for a little bit. And also I love how y'all just kept going with that stuff. You probably just did 8 rounds of that. But now we're gonna be on the floor for a bit. We're gonna have a 2-minute round, and it's gonna start with 30 seconds per side plank. And then we'll do 6 per side floor press. And if you can't hold your item in one hand, just do 12 with 2 hands. And then again, the round was 2 minutes long, and it starts with 1 minute of side planking, 6 floor press, and then with the time remaining, push-ups. Any variety of push-ups that you want. And so you can do your push-ups on your knees to the box. You could do your push-ups just, maybe if you don't have very much time left and you want to do the super hard style ones for a few reps, you can. Maybe you just want to do hard style push-ups for a few reps no matter how much time you have left, you can totally decide. But we're going to do 3 rounds of this part. And so you can also kind of use that to decide how hard you want your push-ups to be. You can also mix and match. Maybe you do them in the plank the first round, and then you come around to the second round and you're like, you don't want to do that again. I want to do them on my knees now. And that's fine. Or maybe by the last round you're like, you know what? I want to do these plank style, and that's great too. Okay, that was the abbreviated explanation. Okay, cool. We've got thumbs. Okay, great. Cool. Okay, let me get my... Still trying to figure out what stopwatch I like best on this. But okay, so it's going to start in our side plank. And again, any style on your side plank as well. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, 30 seconds per side. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Thanks for noticing, Amy. We would have gotten to the end of the workout and you'd all just still be doing your weighted jumps. 10 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now you have 1 minute left to do 6 per side on your floor press. And so totally taking your time. You'll have plenty of time to do these. And just pressing straight up over your chest, keeping those shoulders flat on the ground. Also, your back is flat on the ground too. We're not in that glute bridge. And after you do 6 reps, you'll switch sides. Okay, we have 30 seconds left in the round. And again, with the time remaining, you're just going to decide how you want to do your push-ups. And we get 1 minute to rest when we're done. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, 1 minute to rest. We're going to do 2 more times.
Charlie, I keep laughing thinking that you thought we were all just like ignoring you.
No, it's so funny because like I literally I didn't think you were ignoring me. I thought you were just like deciding to keep like, you know what I mean? Like it's just so funny how like I didn't even think that I could possibly be muted. It never crossed my mind. Like no, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. I was talking a lot too. Like it's shocking. Like
I was actually thinking, I was like, this is the quietest Charlie has ever run a workout. I thought the same thing. Really focused. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Since you're so small on my screen, Charlie, like I couldn't see.
Right. No, totally. Oh my god. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Into the next set. No, it just really does go to show like how like that one little thing like thrown off of the routine. You know, it's like you're just like, oh, this is just yeah, we're all just kind of working in the screen. I talk to myself, and you all kind of just follow along. And you're like, well, yeah, I guess she's being quiet. And I'm like, you know, everyone seems to still be working while I'm talking, which is a little rare, but that's fine. Oh my god. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 2, 1. Okay, floor press. Some push-ups. Ten seconds left. Three, two, one. Rest. 1 minute rest, and we'll do one more set of this. It's also funny because sometimes I try to just like talk while people are resting to like kill time. So I was definitely like saying more to try to kill more time while everyone was like finishing. Anyway, just really super funny. Okay, 30 seconds. And then we'll do one more time on this part. And then we have a little bit to finish up. We'll end up doing less rounds on the last part, but that's okay. This was enough for today anyway. Ten more seconds and we'll rock into our side plank. 3, 2, 1, go! Three, two, one, switch sides. No texting me. 3, 2, 1, floor press. And this will be our last set of this part. 30 seconds left. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, shake that off a little bit. Get your sips of water. And then we're gonna do one last part for today. And this time we're gonna be doing 2-minute rounds, just like last time, but we're not gonna have a minute to rest between. We're just gonna cycle one round into the next. And we should have time for maybe like 4 sets. Well, maybe, we'll see. And the round is gonna finish, instead of with like push-ups, you're gonna finish in plank. And so like after push-ups and all that, my wrists get tired, so maybe low plank, but if you want high plank, that's fine too. But you're just gonna do a forward plank, not side plank, with any time remaining at the end of each set. Also, you can rest during that time if you want. But otherwise you're gonna hold your weight at your chest, and you can use 2 weights if you want, holding them in the front rack, but we're gonna try to keep the weight at your chest for these. And we're gonna do 6 lunges, or 3 per side, I like reverse lunges, but any style lunges you want is great. So 6 lunges, 6 squats, and then 6 step-ups. And so if you can, try to keep the weight in your chest for your step-ups and step all the way up onto your box. Really trying to like push onto the box, standing up tall before you bring that other leg up. But if you want to do your step-ups without weight, you can totally ditch your weight for the step-ups. Kind of depending on where you're at, you may or may not feel ready to do the front rack step-ups. But it'll be 6 of each of those, and then time remaining will be spent in plank. And each round is 2 minutes long. And so if it takes you a little bit longer to get through the first part, you just won't have as long to plank, and that's totally fine. And again, if you want to spend any of that planking time resting, that's also great. And yeah, maybe 3, maybe 4 rounds, depending on how much we have time for. Great. Okay, I'm assuming you hear me now. Total. 3 per side. Yeah, same with the step up, 6 total. Trying to keep that part like fast and moving. You know, as fast as a lunge can be, I guess, with weight. All right. Okay, so yeah, starting with those 6 lunges. The problem about using my, okay, 3, 2, 1, go. 6 lunges. And I guess I don't mean like these don't need to be like fast, racy reps, but that you can just kind of keep cycling through because there's not a whole lot of them. 6 lunges, 6 squats. And then right into 6 step-ups. And then you'll spend the rest of the round in plank, or as much plank as you can. And we have just under a minute left, about 50 seconds. Make sure to keep breathing when you're in plank, pushing the ground away, staying active with your shoulders. Create space between your chest and the floor. Hips stay in line with your shoulders. Keep that belly button squeezed to your spine. I feel like I have allergies or something, but it feels early for that, but I guess it's been really nice lately. But one of my ears was plugged when I woke up this morning. It's kind of weird. Alright, 10 more seconds and we're going to go right into the next set. So you can keep holding plank or you can transition when you want. But we're going to go right into our 6 lunges. 3, 2, 1. Next round. 6 lunges, 6 squats, 6 step-ups. And then back into that plank hold. One minute left for this set. Staying active in your plank. Keep breathing. 30 more seconds and we'll go into the next set. Maybe 2 more? I think we have time for 2 more. And also, you know, you gotta go to work. Thanks for being here. Ten more seconds.
Bye, everybody. I gotta go to work out. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Next round. 6 more lunges. And 6 squats. Step-ups. One more minute. More seconds, and we'll do one last round. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Last set. 6 lunges, 6 squats, 6 step-ups. More seconds. All right, and my connection dropped, so I'm gonna do 2 more rounds for everybody at home. 3, 2, 1. Back to those lunges. I wrote it originally as 6 sets, so now we'll just do it for the YouTube. 2 more rounds, 6 lunges. Six squats. 30 more seconds here, and we'll do one last set. Last set for real. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last set. More seconds. Yeah, keep it up. 10 more seconds. Three, two, one. Rest. Alright. Hey, since we're just the YouTube friends, we can do a little stretching together. I'm gonna do a couch stretch to start. Wow, what a silly day at the garden party. But it's good to get our laughs in too, not take ourselves too seriously. Feeling good now that I got sweaty. Really wasn't excited to work out today, but it's good to have this party to keep me accountable to moving because I always feel better once I get sweaty. So it's so nice that it's we've got this group, including the YouTube friends. Thanks for watching at home. Love it so much. Okay, switch sides. Some deep breaths. Keeping those hips pushed forward, chest up, shoulder blades down and back. All right, now cross that front leg over and do some pigeon. Really trying to reach back with your hips. Chest. Try to drop your tummy down to the ground. Just like gravity, open up your hips. into your butt. And around to the other side. And then we'll do some pigeon there. As our last little cool down of today. Ooh. There's a tight spot.
Thanks so much for watching. Glad you could get a little sweat in when you can fit it in.
And I think that'll do for
Exercise
today.
ring closed.
Closed my exercise ring. Hope you're having a great day out there. Thanks for watching.